What's up, party people? All right, so right here we have the 85503 LiftMaster garage door opener motor. It is a quiet DC belt drive motor, battery backup, Wi-Fi connectivity, and it also has a security camera, an excellent 1080p HD security camera. And this product is nearly perfect. Notice that I use the word nearly. And the only thing that I think this motor, or the only feature that I think this motor would get it to that perfect status, that quasi absolute amazing garage door opener motor, is built-in LED lights. Now the funny thing is that LiftMaster decided to make a LED garage door opener motor but no camera, and this unit does have the camera but no built-in LED lights. If only there was a product that had built-in LED and an HD camera. Well, there is, but it's made by Chamberlain. And the question we're going to answer in this video is, should you buy it? Spoiler alert, yeah, you should buy it. Hey party people, Santiago from SOS Garage Door Service, and YouTube tells me that 95% of you watching these videos are not subscribers, so please consider subscribing, because on this channel we provide you pro tips and tech reviews for all your residential garage door needs. For example, what happens when you have bad garage door balance, and garage door motor tech reviews. Like in this video, we're going to be reviewing the Chamberlain B6765 garage door opener motor, a motor that I think is nearly perfect like the 85503. And we're going to be getting into the ins and out of it, so stick around. I know, pretty ridiculous, but it's saving lives. So, talking about the Chamberlain 6765, or the B6765, I want to make sure that I help you guys understand that we are looking at a motor that is very similar to the LiftMaster line. Now, unlike the LiftMaster 85503, again, this motor from Chamberlain will have built-in LEDs. And we're going to get into those LEDs in a second, but you can obviously go over to Chamberlain's website to take a look at all the specs. I don't like to jump into specs too much because specs can only reflect something on paper, which could be totally different from the user experience. So take the time to do your homework and read or read on Chamberlain's website what specific specs this garage door opener motor has. I can tell you one thing: it has a quiet DC. It's going to be equivalent to a 1/2 horsepower, 3/4 horsepower motor. It's about 900 newtons, if I'm not mistaken. It's going to give you all the necessary security features with the Security 2 Plus remote system. Of course, you're going to be able to use it with Wi-Fi, battery backup. Again, just a lot of great features to this motor. But one thing that I don't necessarily care about this particular motor from Chamberlain, in fact it applies to all Chamberlain and retail products that you can find in retail stores or online stores, is the pieced rail assembly. And we'll get into that right now. Okay, so let's take this garage door opener motor for example. This happens to be the LiftMaster 3280. It's a fantastic motor, excellent belt drive when it came out, known as the Formula One, really good product. Unfortunately, the board has gone bad on that unit. You guys know how I feel about boards and what you can expect out of them. But what I want to point out here is the solid state one-piece rail assembly. I mean, this is a sturdy rail. In fact, this is the type of rail that you're going to find on your contractor series and not your retail type motors. So why am I mentioning this? Well, again, the Chamberlain B6765 is your retail style motor. It will come with a pieced rail assembly. In other words, a rail that you're going to have to assemble. And unlike the contractor series rail assemblies, these T-shaped, sturdy, strong rails, man, they were just built to last. And quite frankly, I can't really remember the last time I had to actually replace a rail, the metal portion, for a LiftMaster product. I do the belts all the time, but the rail itself, man, they just withstand the test of time. Of course, on the retail side, yes, I've had to replace a rail assembly a time or two, just because the way those retail belt assemblies are made, they're just not the same. So, apples for apples, these rail assemblies are going to be very different. But does that mean that the motor is not worth considering? Well, like I said earlier in the video, I seriously think you should consider and buy the B6765. And I'll get into the reasons why right now. So, the unboxing experience of the B6765 is very similar than all the Chamberlain products that exist out in the retail sector. You know, you're just going to find all those little bits and pieces that are vital for the installation. Now, one of the things that I'm truly impressed about with Chamberlain is that they have got on the bandwagon, I should say, with the built product. What I mean by the built product is basically the built app. And if you haven't seen this app before, it is a fantastic app that will allow you to go through the installation process of your garage door opener motor. It is super intuitive, very smart, and I think one of the things that LiftMaster does, or I should say Chamberlain does that is ideal is that they point out all of the safety precautions or what you want to keep in mind when installing the garage door opener motor. Yeah, I'm going to take this thing off. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Anyways, so when you're going through the built app, you want to make sure that you pay attention to the points where they say for your safety, for that of the safety of your family, because that's when you're going to look out for specific things that the installation process will require you to do to install properly. Failure to do so, and the app does mention it, failure to do so can cause or hurt or harm someone, something, maybe even death. And the truth is that the app is very intuitive that way to give those homeowners or those do-it-yourself guys, handymen, the necessary insight to make a decision, an educated decision, before going to the next step. Super recommend it. I highly recommend the Built app if you're not familiar with it. Genie does it on their motors as well. The Chamberlain product that you'll find on the Built app is for the B970. So if you're able to install that rail assembly for that motor, you should be able to install them for all of them. You will have no problems. Of course, if all else fails, then you can always just go with the manual that's inside the B6765 box. It's a color-coded manual that will give you all the necessary steps as well to install. In fact, that manual is also in the Built app. And so, again, you just have all these tools at your disposition to be able to handle the installation of this garage door opener motor. Of course, if you're a handy person, if you're not afraid of tools, if you're not afraid of getting your hands dirty, because if you are, if you have no certainty with regards to how to install a garage door opener, or if you just don't really have the necessary desire to do so, hire a professional. Give us a call. We would love to be able to install your garage door opener motor for you. So aside from the excellent build quality to the rail assembly, the chassis to the garage door opener motor and the covering to the garage door opener motor, both on the LiftMaster and on the Chamberlain side, are excellent. In fact, they're built of metal. So the reason why I make this a point is because a lot of the Genie motors, a lot of the Maranteks, a lot of these no-name brands that are out there in the industry today, well, their casing and their covers are made of hard plastic. And so when you think about the time, effort, and the research and development that goes into making these garage door opener motors, metal withstands or can sustain time a little bit better than hard plastic. I tend to find that hard plastic begins to discolor, it starts cracking, it's just not a very solid or great building material, in my professional opinion. But these motors from LiftMaster and Chamberlain are fantastic. The fact that they put so much thought into making them, and particularly making them out of metal, is a good sign that this motor is going to last a lot longer than those other retail products that are in the industry today. Of course, you can't talk about the B6765 without talking about that fantastic 1080p HD camera. Party people, this is one of those things that if you wanted to show some flex to your neighbors in the neighborhood, that's one way to do it. And of course, I don't think anyone needs a high definition security camera on their garage door, but there's so many practical applications where it would be really nice to have one. For example, if you're an Amazon Prime owner, obviously you can use Amazon Key, a paid subscription, to allow the Amazon driver to use a special key to open up the garage door and safely put the packages or your packages into the garage. That's gonna deter porch pirates taking your stuff, your Amazon stuff, and at the same time it gives you a little bit of peace of mind to know when your Amazon driver comes in and you're able to even talk to him two-way to thank him perhaps maybe for safely putting the package, or maybe catch him in the act for some reason. I don't know. That's just the world we live in right now. At any rate, what I want to highlight about that camera is obviously you have added extra security in the garage. And whether it's a 90 degree, 120 degree, or 140 degree field of view, because as of right now, I can't even get Chamberlain to tell me exactly the actual field of view of that camera, you're at least going to get the entire span of your garage door width. Hey party people, Editor Santiago here, and I finally figured out what the field of view of that wide angle camera is. It was right on the box. In fact, right on the box you see that it's 142 degree wide angle field of view, which is very good because you're going to get the entire width of your garage door. So that answers that question, and if it helps you to make a decision whether getting this garage door opener or not, that's actually a very good field of view angle to cover your garage door in the cases that if you're using Amazon Key, or if you're wanting to make sure that you're able to see the entire width of your garage from inside. So let's get back into the video. So again, party people, this is just one of those features that you can show some major flex when it comes to your garage door opener. And I feel that it's probably one of the more practical ways to secure your garage. Granted, you're not going to stop anyone from breaking in, but at the very least, you'll be able to document that your items were stolen, and for insurance purposes or filing a report, well, you'll have all that information and footage there for you. Of course, there are some other subscriptions that you would need to utilize, like for example, you can live stream, but you wouldn't be able to monitor without a subscription. And the garage door opener, or at least the, well actually most garage door opener models these days, and particularly the LiftMaster product, will work in conjunction with your Alexa. I was going to say Alexa. Alexa? That didn't sound right. Alexa, Google Home, and Siri, if I'm not mistaken. I think you need HomePod or HomeKit. Is that a thing? HomeKit? Maybe it's HomePod. I really don't know. I'm not an Apple guy. Anyways, so just wanted to highlight, obviously, those benefits for the camera. I can't stress enough, it's just one of those features that I truly think is just the smart way to go when you're looking to secure or to apply more security features in your garage. Alright, so that's the Chamberlain B6765 garage door opener motor. It's a motor that I think is going to be well-rounded. It's going to offer a lot of bang for your buck. But the question is, should you buy it? Well, I think the answer to that question depends on two sub-questions. Number one, do you need better artificial lighting in your garage? The truth is that your garage is your safety point or your safe haven, safe entry to your home. If you don't have good lighting in your garage, then 3000 lumens from this motor might provide that solution. Now, you could install lighting in your garage, but that is an added extra cost on top of what you would already need in a new garage door opener motor. Number two, do you require more safety surveillance or security cameras in your home? Perhaps you don't have any and you're not really keen to them, but if having a security camera built in your garage door opener, an appliance that you already need to purchase, is an added incentive, then why not? Added security, added surveillance can give you that peace of mind for, again, having that safe entry, that safe haven from going from your lit garage door into your home. And quite frankly, being able to survey and to have a clear view of your garage when you're parking in or when you're moving out gives you an edge to make sure that no thieves are going to get the spring or get the jump on you. So if the answer to those two questions are yes, then I believe the Chamberlain B6765, it is worth your time, your attention, and probably your hard-earned dollars. Now, I don't believe that anyone needs a garage door opener that's so feature-rich. But if you're in the market for a new garage door opener and you want practically the best garage door opener of 2020, I believe this is it. The Chamberlain B6765 has slowly become my favorite garage door opener for 2020 for many reasons. Now granted, that rail assembly is not the greatest. Can you live with it? Will it give you still optimal performance aside from its limitations? Yes, it will. And if you can find a dealer, contractor, or perhaps maybe someone who's willing to do a deal and provide you a solid one-piece rail assembly with the installation of the B6765, that's a no-brainer. If you can have that done, great. I think it's worth your money. So, if this video has been informative, if you found value in any of this information, please give a thumbs up. And as always, as a friendly reminder, no one pays me to make review videos for LiftMaster and Chamberlain. In fact, they didn't even get a copy approval of this video. This is just to provide you information so that way you make a better decision. Again, this is Santiago, SOS Garage Door Service. On this channel, we provide you pro tips and tech reviews for all your residential garage door needs. Appreciate you watching. Y'all stay safe.